Hello and welcome to the new video. Today we're gonna take a look at another legend team, this time around though for the Great League Remix Cup. We're going to have a team here that also worked out super well for me, can highly recommend this team, but I knew already before I played it that this team going to work out super well, because the backline itself plus Dragonite is just like such a team that I would like to play, and it's a team that I like to play. While my opponent here is going for a Shadow Ball against our Dub Ball, this is totally fine, but yeah, this is a team from LNDsRonaldo. It's a Brazilian player that I think also hit rank 1 in the world before. Very good player, and also this team, honestly, like if you want to do a final grind in the Great League Remix Cup, this team works out super well, but I wouldn't be even surprised if this team also would work out pretty well in the normal Great League, but most likely something in the back that can counter steel types a little bit better would be better for this one instead of the LilyNiRiain. But just the combination of the Dragonite, especially in the lead here with some bulky Pokemon in the back, and the Dub Ball as a say so, it's just something that I always like to play as well. So this team kind of felt like familiar to me, and I kind of know how to play this, and I had a lot of fun playing it as well. As you're going to have, you know, the Dub Ball as a say so against the LilyNiRiain, especially as they're staying in here, this is going to be a very good matchup for me. I will be able to go for a Body Slam here, and I think another one might be enough to knock them out already. After a few more fast moves, this would definitely knock them out here, but let's take a look at this. Yeah, they're going to no shielded, and we're going to be able to realign, and in comes a Charizard. And this is the thing which I don't know if they're running this, most likely not, but I just like Dub Ball with the Wild Charge in this meta right now. There are so many flying type Pokemon, there are so many water type Pokemon like the Toxa packs where you're just going to be able to hit them so much harder with the Wild Charge. Not sure if they're going to run Wild Charge, most likely Payback, that's the standard moveset, but I just like Wild Charge. Honestly, Wild Charge Dub Ball, just in this meta, not in the other metas, because of Galarian Stunfisk. Galarian Stunfisk is an issue otherwise, so at least in this meta I really enjoy the Wild Charge variant of it, because you're just going to be able to be so much better against those flying type Pokemon. A Gliscor in the lead here. I kinda want to swap out here eventually, and this is the thing as well with this team here right now, or like with this scenario. You're going to be able to get the opponent low with a Dragon Breath already. We are going to be able to catch the charge move on my bulkier Pokemon with my Dub Ball, and I will be able to now counter the opponent with some Body Slams. And this is exactly how you're supposed to play the team as well. You kind of want to keep the Dragonite alive. It's again an ABB line, so like it's kind of straightforward to play. You kind of want to keep your lead alive. You kind of want to do as much damage with the lead, especially using the shields with the lead in order to try to win endgame. So here, this is going to be a very decent matchup for us as well. Now we're going to be able to get some damage onto the opponent, or gonna get the shield from the opponent. This will allow us to now go into our Dragonite. We have nearly a move stored, but we can also go into our LilyNiRiain and getting out the final Pokemon of the opponent, the Dub Ball. And I think there was something here as well for the next charge move where it lagged a little bit for me. But no, actually, never mind. I think it was the one before, but it didn't really matter anyway, because I didn't really want to go for the superpower, but the game lagged a little bit. But it's totally fine here, because I can just go for the Dragon Claw spam against the opponent's Gliscor here as well. And there's nothing they can do, and they know this as well, and they're going to forfeit here. Let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to have the Sandslash in the lead. Horrific lead, of course. I'm going to still swap out into my better Pokemon against them, because Dub Ball is just going to generate energy a little bit faster, and the damage that we just did against the opponent's Sandslash might be already enough for our LilyNiRiain to knock them out later on. So while LilyNiRiain looks a little bit worse on paper against the Sandslash, it's still going to be fine, especially if they're running Shadow Claw as a fast move. So here, I actually should have shielded the move from the opponent. This was a huge mistake by myself there. If I just went for a shield against the opponent's Earthquake there, I would have been able to realign, which would have been super nice. Like this, I have to try to somehow gain back some kind of advantage here. And they're going to have their own Dragonite in the back. And I make another really bad mistake here. So honestly, this game is definitely something I could have won if I just played it better. But you're going to see it now as well. I just forgot how much energy I had on my Dragonite. I thought I was just barely at one charge move, but I wasn't. So for me, in my head, I thought, okay, I have to try to go ahead and get some more energy here against the opponent. Otherwise, I have no chance of winning. But honestly, I most likely would have been able to outspeed the opponent's Sandslash as they were energy dry there. And like this, I just threw the game. Honestly, I threw the game at 2 points like this time around. So definitely something that I could have won if I just played it better. Something that I can play better is most likely the matchup against a Jellicent here, but they're gonna swap out into a Galarian Weezing. The entire team is fairly weak against this Pokemon, especially if they are running no Play Rough, no Hyper Beam. This is absolutely wild, and I'm all for it. Like, congrats to the opponent, they are netting this Hyper Beam. Very cool to see, I love it. But now we're going to be able to go for a body slam against the opponent here, and most likely going to force a shield as they're gonna go ahead and go for another charge move. I'm going to let this move go through as well. It's going to be just the, no, never mind, it's going to be another Hyper Beam here, totally fine for me. But now I can try to farm them all the way down. This was way too fast for a Hyper Beam, that's just a brutal swing for sure. And like this, we're going to get a ton of energy against the opponent here, and Double with a shield advantage, with a ton of energy, does not really have a lot of answers here. And we're going to get out the Gliscor from the opponent, allowing us to spam some body slams. And as you're going to see right now, it's going to do a ton of damage. And we're going to get out the Jellicent, which can now eat a Wild Charge. But they're actually going to shield this move up. I didn't expect that they would do that, but it doesn't really matter anyway, as we can use another shield as well against another Shadow Ball. Honestly, what is happening today here? 2 Shadow Balls already, completely without any pressure from opponents against my Duck Ball. I have no idea what they're trying to do here. But Dragonite doesn't care anyway, because we will be able to farm down the opponent's Gliscor here. Next opponent, we're going to have the Sandslash in the lead again. Maybe this time around you can play it better. You can argue, okay, never mind, yeah, this is going to be a complete hard counter matchup. There is nothing I can do really. You could argue that you want to go into your Lickitung against the Sandslash. You might actually be able to do this then a little bit better. I feel like still Lickitung can be a little bit more of a trickier Say-Swap, especially if there's something like a Pidgeot in the back or something for this matter. But yeah, like honestly, what am I supposed to do here? I'm just going to forfeit at this point of time. It was just hard counter lead, hard counter Say-Swap. The likelihood of my Lickitung being able to destroy an entire team at this point of time is basically 0. Let's be honest there. We're going to at least be able now against the next opponent to go against the Manabus to go for 1 superpower, which does a little bit more damage than a Dragon Claw, as far as I know at least. It should do actually quite more damage than the Dragon Claw. I think it's 80 damage for a superpower or something. Or even 90 or something, and Dragon Claw is I think 50, plus then of course stab bonus on it, so definitely the better choice to go for the superpower, but at this time it doesn't really matter anyway. There's now still have to go for another fast move, a charge move here to knock out the opponent. Actually most likely would have been able to farm down, oh no, never mind, the fast move would have knocked me out, but now we're going to be able to still align our Dragonite against the opponent's Crafty. And while they're most likely going to go ahead and go for some power punches against me to do more damage with their fast move here, because they're frail anyway, we're still in the matchup where we want to be in, and this is all I really care about. And they're actually going to stay in here as well, which I find at least kinda weird, especially after knowing the final Pokemon. They could have easily swapped out there and basically, yeah, could have had maybe a better time later on, I don't know. But like this, we're going to be able to go into a Lickitung. Of course, Lickitung can take those Poison Fangs fairly easy, especially in the beginning. And we can go ahead and go for 2 Body Slams. We definitely still need 2 Body Slams at this point of time, but we should be able to reach that one fairly easy. And again, this team works out super well here, is the Lickitung is just such a nice sponge. This is a thing as well, which I kinda like to have, just have like one really squishy Pokemon that has a ton of fast move damage, but also has charge move pressure, while then having some good Pokemon in the back that's going to be like tanking those moves, doesn't need shields, but just going to be sitting there and just tanking everything that's basically would go onto the other Pokemon. It's just nice to have, to be fair. Now we're going to encounter a Gliscor against us again, which I don't really like. I should most likely, that's definitely something that you should do most likely when you're going to encounter an alone Sandslash, to go ahead and go into your Lickitung instead. I'm like, my brain at this point of time is like always, okay, I'm gonna go into my Double is my Say-Swap. In most teams, it is beneficial to have a clear Say-Swap and not Say-Swap the other Pokemon in the back, because kinda the Say-Swap's main reason for existence is trying to bait out something that then the other Pokemon in the back doesn't have to face. So here in this case, we will be able to still at least go for 1 Wild Charge here, which they're going to shield up. I'm gonna get some decent damage onto them, and I just realized it's Powder Snow. And Powder Snow makes this all a little bit trickier, because Powder Snow does way more damage against the entire team. Like Shadow Claw would have been so much easier to deal with, Powder Snow is a little bit trickier to deal with, and the Dual Run is coming through, and I have to go for the Body Slam here right now. And luckily, as you're going to see right now, it's going to put them fairly low. I will be able to now go ahead and go for the full farm down with actually most likely my Dragonite, and this is going to be a good game as the Gliscor is also going to go down. This is honestly such a strong team to use. If I wouldn't like try to do as much content as possible, I would most likely play this team all day long, because it just looks like so nice. It's such a strong team to use right now. Here we are going to be able to win the lead, which is really important, honestly. At another time, which is not in here because I just didn't find that this battle really yeah, brings any value to it, where I also had the matchup in the lead, which is with Dragonite against Dragonite. My Dragonite died like so early for whatever reason. They got to a superpower against my other Pokemon in the back, which shouldn't have happened. And then they had a Carbink in the back, and basically the game ended after 20 seconds, so I don't put it in here. This is the only battle that I scrapped out, but I'm honest about this. I had this battle as well, but yeah, this is definitely a very crucial thing to win the lead there with a Dragonite. If you have a really good IV variant, it's definitely beneficial. I don't have a very good IV variant, I just didn't get any Dragon-type grunts really, or not the best IVs for it. So for me, it's a little bit trickier to do this. Maybe we actually get Dratini or something in the Rocket Raids, which would be really cool for like the Master League. But like otherwise, like those Dragon-type Pokemon are always really difficult to farm, so I'm pretty happy that I still have a neutral or like half decent one for the Great League here with a Dragonite. But yeah, that's going to be it also for this battle here right now, because actually, while they have Escavalier in the back, which was really difficult for our Lickitung as well as our Dubwool to deal with, we still were able here to just pull through and win this game. Next opponent, we're going to have a Jellicent against us, and they're going to decide to catch, like throw their move here. It's going to be the Surf as far as I know, and we will be able to at least now have some energy on our Dragonite, which is really beneficial for us. And also we're gonna get out the Jumpluff here, which doesn't really matter too much. Jumpluff is fairly neutral against basically the entire team. There's nothing that really wants to be up against it, but there's also nothing that really does not want to get up against it. But they make a mistake here by going for the Energy Ball, which just doesn't put me into range where they can farm me down, I feel like. At least not for now, but right now I can go ahead and go for a Wild Charge. They're going to let this move go through and I can farm them down, surprising the Jumpluff with my Dragonite as the Jellicent comes in. This was a super safe play. Why was it so safe? Because I know already that they have a Jellicent, which I'm completely hard countering with my Lickitung in the back. And depending on what they have in the bag, like it doesn't really matter anyway. The Lickitung has to go up against it anyway, even if it's like a hard counter like a Charmer. It doesn't really matter to swap out there. Just help me to basically get rid of some energy from the Jumpluff. And this going to allow me now to knock out the Gliscor as well, as also the Jellicent doesn't really have any play here at all. I can just lick them down and win this game. So, next opponent, final opponent for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. And we have another Dragonite. Yes, I encountered in I think 15, no, actually, I only played 12 games. I encountered 3 Dragonite leads against me, which I didn't find at all before, which is kind of wild. Here the opponent was able to win the fast move beatdown in the beginning. This was, by the way, a 50-50 tie. We had basically the same team, and this game kind of bothers me a little bit because there were some things happening that I wasn't really too happy with, but it's going to be okay. We're going to now see here the matchup against Quagsire. I will be able to take another charge move from the opponent, as we're already going to get a shield here, which is fairly decent for me, because actually the matchup of Lickitung against Excadrill going to be fairly decent for me as well. But now we're going to be able to go for another charge move here, Body Slam coming through, and we will try to go ahead, let this move go through against the opponent. It's going to be a Mud Bomb, and I can go ahead and let this move go through as well. Now we have a shield advantage. We should be able to farm down the Quagsire as well maybe, but they're going to swap out into the Excadrill. And here is going to be the part where I'm like, if I played this differently, I would have been fine. But I just kind of got baited here, to be fair. I'm gonna go for the Body Slam bait here, which should be okay even if it lands. And now I was like, oh, I can actually most likely reach the next Power Whip before they can get to their third charge move and I win this game. Turns out, I seem P-tail against them. And like this, I'm going to lose all the energy. I basically, yeah, in a scenario where I have to hope that Lick Down is enough to knock out the opponent's Quagsire. And of course, they're going to survive with like 5 HP left or something, and they're going to be able to win this game. But again, this was a game that I could have won if I just played it better. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Very good team here, by the way. Can highly recommend it to you. Like you saw as well, like the losses were mainly me playing bad, so that's definitely something that I can improve on. That's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.